Hey everybody. I thought about going live today on what I want to speak about, but I don't know, I just hadn't had a time set aside that's convenient. So I thought, what better way than on my lunch hour just to do a video and tell you what's on my heart. Actually, what I had written, God gave it to me several weeks ago. I did share it with my pastor and his wife, Derek and Candy Stewart. And because we're living in a day that people don't live up to what they say they are. And in my lifetime, this is something that's been really emphasized in my lifetime growing up. My mother and dad, we didn't grow up with riches. We didn't grow up with a lot of things. What we did grow up with, that is the most treasured thing of all, is our name. We're proud as Pam Ramsey, used to be Pam Davis Ramsey. Now that she used to, when she was little, she used to sing We Are Dices to the tune of He Abides, because she thought that's what we were singing. But anyways, that's what we were known for, is to be proud of who we were. And and our pastor, Derek Stewart at Crossway Ministries for very many years now, has preached on character, and to guard it. And but it seems like to me lately people aren't guarding their character because they're not living up to truthfulness of what they say they were. And I don't want to be known for past tense. As a matter of fact, if and when the day comes that I have to go by way of the grave, and God forbid that it be in an accident, I've always said, don't remember how I died, but remember how I lived. And it's important. It's important to know that you lived a good life. What will be on your epitaph? So, cutting to the chase, the thought is a word, is really two words: think or thought. Think or thought. We know that one is present and one is past tense. It's used to as the past or present. There's no way around it. Excuse me for looking at my notes because it's been a while since God gave it to me. But in using the word thought in our vocabulary, it gives the indication that our ideal or belief about someone or something has changed. We no longer feel or think as strongly about a subject, whether it's a belief, ideal, opinion, or an individual, in the manner we once did. When we use the word thought in the past tense in regard to an individual, then it may tell more about that individual than it does of us. And this is where it sparks. Use, for instance, the sentence, I thought that I could trust you. I thought that you were my friend. I thought that you were a Christian. I thought, you fill in the blank. Has someone spoken of you in this manner? If so, then perhaps you need a self-examination. Did your loyalty towards a friend change? Did you no longer ponder in your heart the burdens or the secrets of the heart shared by a friend? Were you no longer there for a friend when they needed you the most? Did you leave them in the ditch when they had fallen by the way? When others turned their back on your friend, did you turn away also? Perhaps the most damaging use of the word thought is in reference to being a Christian. At some point, your light grew dim, even to the point of going out. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. How is your conversation? Does it please the Father or does it break his heart? Colossians 4:6 says, Let your speech always be with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how you ought to answer every man, and let me repeat that one more time. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how you ought to answer every man. Let no unwholesome word proceed from your mouth, but only such a word as is good for edification according to the need of the moment, so that it will give grace to those who hear. Ephesians 4:29. How are your actions? We all know the old cliche that says your actions speak louder than words. Does it please the Father, or does it break his heart? Matthew 12, verses 33 through 35, many of you as Christians may be very well familiar with this. It says, either make the tree good and its fruit good, or make the tree bad and its fruit bad, for the tree is known by its fruit. Let me start all over again. Scratch that one sentence. I just blubbered over that. Sorry. It says, either make the tree good and its fruit good, or make the tree bad and its fruit bad. For the tree is known by its fruit. You brood of vipers, how can you, being evil, speak what is good? For the mouth speaks out of that which is filled in the heart. The good man brings out of his good treasure what is good, and the evil man brings out of his treasure what is evil. How are your deeds? Does it please the Father, or does it break his heart? James 2, verses 14 through 17, and verse 26. He said, what good is it, my brothers and sisters, if someone claims to have faith, but has no deeds? Can such faith save him? Suppose a brother or sister is without clothes and daily food. If one of you says to them, go in peace, keep warm and well fed, but does nothing about their physical needs, what good is it? In the same way, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, it's dead. As the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without deeds is dead. As a child of God, be careful to not let what others think about you become what they thought about you. Once again, think is present, thought is past. Have you changed? Have what you've said, what you've done? How is it? We are to have a positive influence on others in all that we say and do, especially the sinner. If we're a true friend of God, then we will be a true friend indeed to others. John 15:14 says, you are my friends if you do what I command you. What did he command you? Verse 12 of John 15, he says, my command is this, love each other as I have loved you. Love one another. That's the best advice. I was listening to David Wilkerson this morning, as I often do on a daily basis now. True man, true prophetic man of God. He's gone on to be with the Lord now, has been, I think, about 4 years now, but he spoke on hope. And that's a whole different element in itself. But talking about giving advice, who do you seek your advice from? You know, if I want advice, I want someone that's been there. Not just been there and staying there, but I want to know how they persevered. But there was one part that he said in his message that sometimes the best advice is no words. No words. Be a true friend. Love one another. Have a good day.